undersized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel level virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. 48 Sports College Football. I'm Chris Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Ducks will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So Oregon State's offense will have the first possession of the game. They've met in the so-called toilet bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium that day. This really is a treat.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotions surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Red pass, it's complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Gets rid of it. He finds his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Beavers are on the move. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Extending the play. And he can't find the receiver, and down he goes. The Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. So the Oregon Ducks offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Down for this offense. They'll go to the ground. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like They were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Going to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes a catch at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourselves. Big Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic. It's because of these fans.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. And they cap things off with a big play up top, going 63 yards to the house. About to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it, David.
And Reese, first downs, yards, that's not even what they look at anymore. Yards don't really matter. You got to execute those critical areas on the field and get points on the board.
Yeah, it was mental errors on that last drive, too, that led to negative plays. They got to get those things erased and pull it back together here on this drive. Go put some points up on the board.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get to it. Going to try to get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll snap it with a minute to play here in the opening stanza. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Fires one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And after that last sack, man, you can just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so done.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Going up top on first down. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Got his man to the left. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ducks!
That tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. Pull them, use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae. Making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
The 18 unit on the field. chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's back to throw on second down. He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They'll give it to the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Getting some heat. And there was no way to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the Beavers line up to put it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback checking off. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Ducks are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this defense right now, they have no answers.
They're going back to the ground. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Now on 2nd down. Might as well stick with him. Stop is made at the 36. Let's call it a 5-yard gain and a first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Pulls and fires complete. Shakes off the defender.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And the Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Precision blocking up front, creating the open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They marched 78 yards down the field, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moran. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Combs. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? Completion a little short of the sticks, it's second down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Beavers headed quickly to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he intercepts it. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
In the position where you're about to give up points. Now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the interior receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for a touchdown.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play be.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. They'll try the run. And sure, tackling there to keep them from getting to the first down marker. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Beavers will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. second half on the ground. Oh, that big stiff arm got him some room. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way. And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Right back to the well. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. After run, now throw. It's caught downfield. And fire the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Great move there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. It's as if the Duck is hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolled. The uniform always looks good. Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wide out in motion. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Gardner. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. When you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. He's got an open man. There he goes down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon State. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing this mano-a-mano up front and your guys getting a push, they know you're running it, and they still can't stop you.
To the ground with the back. Plows through the defense. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Leaves it with the running back. At the 35, he's got room. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Touch pass on the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Fights off a defender. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Here's the handoff. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. They go to the ground. And into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
On 2nd and goal, he carries again. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy... just need that first thing to break your way.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
No reason reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz, I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient, find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. He's looking for an open man on second down. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And they can't make the play on third down. And the Beavers will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to bring it back. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. This offense has a second down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Working that left side. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll ride his man on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like,
nowhere to go. That'll be a safety. The ball was loose in the end zone. It goes out in the back, and they're probably lucky it wasn't recovered for a touchdown.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes.
Looking for a deep man. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Ready to try the point after. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, This is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's...
And the ball's loose. And the defense has got it in there trying to pick up some yards.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, it will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He'll pitch it. Ran through the contact. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Buys a little extra time. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick handoff. One step wrap, two step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator. Try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On second down, he'll fire. He's taking the deep shot. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
To the air on first down. He wants a big play here late. And the pass goes incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock strikes 0, ball game is over. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put up four.
Alright, y'all, just want to tell y'all thank you for stopping in and checking out the stream. If you get a chance, hit that follow button. If you're over there on YouTube, hit that sub button. Appreciate the likes, and appreciate y'all stepping in and checking it out. We're going to end the stream right now just so I can take a lunch break. Been on here for a few hours, so it's time to get some lunch in me. So appreciate y'all stopping in, and we'll be back on here in a little bit. Alright, peace.